Imagine this. You yearn for profound, unconditional love, a connection that feels like home. Yet, in moments of genuine intimacy, an unseen force makes you pull back, creating distance from the very closeness you crave. This isn't random. It's the invisible wall, the central paradox of human connection. We are inherently wired to seek love, but equally compelled by deep-seated fears and past experiences to push it away. In this chapter, we'll unmask this complex, often unconscious dance between desire and defense and begin to understand why we consistently sabotage the relationships we desperately want. We all yearn for connection. It's a fundamental human drive, etched into our very DNA. We seek belonging, intimacy, a safe harbor in another person. Yet, for so many of us, this yearning is shadowed by persistent, often debilitating fear. A fear that whispers, or sometimes screams, contradicting our deepest desires. It's the silent saboteur, the invisible barrier that rises just as love begins to bloom, or even before it has a chance to take root. This is the paradoxical dance of wanting love, but being simultaneously terrified of it. It's the core dilemma, and today, we pull back the curtain on its potent players, our relationship fears. This isn't a single fear. It's a tapestry woven from anxiety, insecurity, and past wounds. It manifests in countless ways, subtly steering our choices, shaping our perceptions, and ultimately dictating the very quality of our connections. To truly understand why we crave love but run from it, we must first confront these shadows, bringing them into the light. What are we truly afraid of? For many, it's the primal fear of abandonment, the terror of being left, forgotten, deemed unworthy. This isn't just about a partner leaving. It's the deeper dread of emotional desertion, of being suddenly alone. It stems from early experiences, perhaps a parent who was inconsistent, or a significant loss that taught us love can be snatched away without warning. This fear can drive us to cling, to over-accommodate, to lose ourselves in a desperate attempt to be indispensable. Or, conversely, it makes us push people away first, creating distance before they can inflict the perceived wound. Then, there's its often opposite, the fear of engulfment, the loss of self. This anxiety whispers that intimacy will strip us of our individuality, our autonomy, our very essence. That being truly seen means being consumed, losing our distinct identity. This fear often emerges when early relationships were characterized by a lack of boundaries, or when our sense of self was fragile and easily overshadowed. It can lead us to sabotage closeness, to keep emotional distance, to flee from commitment the moment a relationship feels too serious or too demanding. We crave connection, but not at the cost of disappearing within it. Another pervasive fear is that of rejection. This isn't just about being told no. It's the profound fear that if someone truly sees us, all our imperfections, our vulnerabilities, our perceived flaws, they will inevitably find us lacking, inadequate, and ultimately undesirable. This fear often has its roots in childhood experiences where we felt criticized, shamed, or simply not good enough. It makes us build walls, wear masks, and present an idealized version of ourselves, fearing that our authentic self could never truly be loved. The irony, of course, is that by hiding we prevent the very intimacy we long for. And beneath these, a deeper fear often lurks: vulnerability itself. To truly connect, we must open ourselves up, lay bare our hearts, expose our weaknesses. This act of trust is inherently risky. We fear the pain that comes with opening up, the potential for betrayal, for our deepest secrets and tenderest feelings to be mishandled or weaponized. This fear often stems from past hurts, from times when our trust was broken, or our vulnerability was met with ridicule or indifference. It teaches us that the safest path is to remain guarded, even if it means sacrificing genuine connection. These aren't abstract concepts. They are echoes of our past, imprinted on our emotional landscape. They are often born from our earliest relationships, particularly with primary caregivers. If our needs were inconsistently met, if love felt conditional, if boundaries were blurred or non-existent, these experiences shape our internal working models of relationships. We learn early lessons about safety, trust, and connection, lessons that often come with inherent anxieties. A child whose cries were ignored might develop a deep-seated fear of abandonment. A child whose individuality was stifled might grow into an adult terrified of engulfment. But it's not just childhood. Traumatic experiences in later life, betrayals, or painful breakups can reinforce these fears, solidifying the belief that intimacy is dangerous or bound to end in pain. Our brains, wired for survival, internalize these patterns, creating protective mechanisms that, while meant to keep us safe, inadvertently push away the very love we seek. The insidious nature of these fears is how they operate from the shadows, often below our conscious awareness. We may crave love, articulate our desire for a deep connection, yet repeatedly find ourselves in relationships that are unfulfilling. Or worse, we find ways to actively sabotage healthy connections. This shadow manifests as self-sabotage, pushing away a good partner, finding reasons to criticize, or withdrawing just as things get serious. It can appear as choosing unavailable partners, repeatedly falling for those who are emotionally distant, already taken, or commitment phobic, unconsciously replicating the very dynamics that fuel our fears. It appears as overthinking and anxiety, constantly analyzing every word, searching for signs of doom, creating problems where none exist. Or it can express itself as avoidance, keeping people at arm's length, maintaining emotional distance, refusing to fully invest or commit. The fear of intimacy becomes so powerful that we preemptively reject connection rather than risk being hurt. We might engage in a pattern of hot and cold behavior, drawing someone close only to push them away when the emotional temperature rises. We might mistake control for love or independence for isolation. The irony is devastating. In our desperate attempts to protect ourselves from potential pain, we inadvertently create the very outcomes we fear. We perpetuate cycles of loneliness, unfulfillment, and heartbreak, all while our conscious mind yearns for something different. The shadow of attachment keeps us locked in a familiar, albeit painful, dance. The cost of letting these fears dictate our lives is profound. A life lived at a distance, a heart half closed, a perpetual yearning for something just out of reach. It prevents us from experiencing the deep, authentic love we are capable of, condemning us to repeat patterns and familiar disappointments, wondering why love feels so elusive. But here's the crucial truth. These fears, while powerful, are not insurmountable. They are learned responses, and what has been learned can be unlearned. The first, most vital step in breaking free is to acknowledge its existence, to bring these hidden fears out of the darkness and into the light. This chapter is our invitation to do just that, to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to gently yet unflinchingly unpack the anxieties that have shaped our relationship landscape. By understanding the specific fears within us, recognizing their origins and how they manifest, we begin to disarm them. We begin to reclaim our power, not to eradicate fear, but to ensure it no longer dictates our path towards the love we deserve. This is where healing begins. Imagine this. You're on the cusp of something beautiful. A new relationship feels promising, a connection deepens, or a professional opportunity is finally within reach. But just as success feels imminent, an invisible hand seems to pull you back. A sudden wave of doubt, an urge to nitpick, or a compelling need to create distance washes over you. This isn't just a quirk. It's the manifestation of an old, ingrained script. Many of us crave deep connection and success, yet are unconsciously programmed to push it away, sabotaging the very things we desire most. This chapter isn't just about understanding why you crave love but run from it. It's about giving you the power to rewrite that script, transforming fear into genuine, lasting connection. For too long, many of us have lived by an unspoken set of rules, a deeply personal and often destructive blueprint we inherited or created in self-preservation. This is your old script, etched into your subconscious, dictating how you approach intimacy, vulnerability, and even your own worth. It's the voice that whispers, "Don't get too close," or "They'll only leave you anyway," or "You're not truly good enough for this." This script isn't born of malice, it's born of history. Perhaps early experiences taught you that love came with conditions, or that vulnerability led to pain, or that safety meant keeping everyone at arm's length. Over time, these lessons hardened into protective mechanisms, powerful internal programs designed to shield you from perceived threats. The problem? These programs are often outdated, reacting to ghosts of the past rather than the realities of the present. They hijack your innate desire for closeness and replace it with a reflexive retreat. The cost of living by this old script is immense. It keeps you on an emotional treadmill, perpetually chasing connection only to find yourself pulling away just as it gets real. It manifests as a series of sabotaged relationships, a chronic feeling of loneliness even when surrounded by people, or a deep-seated belief that you are fundamentally unlovable. It prevents you from experiencing the profound joy and security that authentic connection offers. You stand at the precipice of true intimacy, your heart yearning to leap, but your fear-driven script forces you to step back time and time again. You yearn for love, yet you run from it, caught in a loop you don't understand. But here's the crucial truth. This script is not who you are. It's a pattern of behavior, a learned response, and like any learned response, it can be unlearned and rewritten. The first step in this transformative journey is awareness. We must become forensic investigators of our own internal world, shining a light on these hidden programs. When do they activate? What do they sound like? What emotions do they trigger? Begin by identifying your personal script. What are the recurring patterns in your relationships? Do you tend to idolize partners, then find sudden, irreconcilable flaws? Do you withdraw when things get serious? Do you find reasons to push people away, even when you genuinely care for them? Pay attention to the subtle cues, the sudden urge to text back later, the quick judgment you cast, the way you emotionally distance yourself during a moment of vulnerability. These are the footprints of your old script. Once you've identified these patterns, the next step is to challenge the narrative. Ask yourself, is this fear based on a present reality, or is it an echo from the past? Is this script truly protecting me, or is it actually limiting my potential for happiness and connection? Often, you'll find that the fear is a mirage, a powerful illusion perpetuated by old wounds. It tricks you into believing that isolation is safety, when in fact, genuine connection is the ultimate source of strength and resilience. Rewriting this script means deliberately choosing connection over fear, even when it feels uncomfortable. It means taking small, courageous steps towards vulnerability. Instead of withdrawing, lean in. Instead of finding fault, seek understanding. Instead of guarding your heart, gently open it, even just a crack. This isn't about grand gestures, it's about micro moments of intentionality. Share a deeper feeling, ask for support, allow someone to see a less polished version of yourself. These small acts of defiance against your old script are powerful. They begin to carve new neural pathways, creating a new story for your heart. Embrace the discomfort. The moment you feel the urge to pull away, that familiar knot of anxiety or the whisper of doubt, that is precisely the moment of opportunity. That discomfort is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a signal that you are growing, that you are stretching beyond the boundaries of your old, restrictive script. It means you are challenging deeply ingrained patterns, and that takes courage. The journey from fear to connection is not a linear one, nor is it always easy. There will be moments of doubt, steps backward, and the powerful pull of the familiar. But with each conscious choice to lean into connection, with each moment you recognize and challenge your old script, you are actively reshaping your future. You are building a new foundation, not on fear and scarcity, but on courage, authenticity, and the profound human capacity for love. This is the promise of rewriting your script. A life where you no longer run from the very things your heart desires. A life where true connection becomes your reality, not just a distant dream. It's about reclaiming your power, aligning your actions with your deepest longings, and finally allowing yourself to experience the love and belonging you have always craved. The journey begins now, with the courage to look inward and the commitment to choose connection. We've journeyed deep into the heart of a profound human paradox: why we yearn for love, yet often recoil from it. Throughout this series, we've unpacked the hidden fears and past experiences that shape our intimate connections, transforming confusion into clarity. Armed with this understanding, you now possess the power to rewrite your relational script, moving from instinct to intentionality. This isn't just about problems, it's about empowering you with knowledge to build the loving relationships you truly deserve. If these insights have resonated, helping you finally make sense of these complex emotional dynamics, then you won't want to miss what's next. Like this video and subscribe. On this channel, we continually explore the intricacies of human behavior, empowering you with understanding for a more fulfilling life.